Arizona Outlaw channel. Travis here, working on the 4.6 for the Ford Mustang. Getting started on putting the crankshaft in it. I already got the main caps already pulled and everything. Super easy to pull those off. You just want to go ahead and get all the bolts out, tap them out and everything. I have this one here, that way I know this is the one that goes for the stud for the oil pump pickup tube. So what I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to go ahead and clean this thing up real quick with a paper towel and a white rag here. This is what my machine shop recommended to do to clean it all up and everything, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same, do that. So he told me you just want to wipe it until it's not coming up black anymore. It's nice and clean white on this paper towel. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do on all these. As soon as I get these cleaned up, I'll show you the next process. Alright guys, camera didn't start recording correctly, so I don't know what happened there. I set the crank in here. Now what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to cut these to length, so that way I can set them in there and start measuring what my clearances are on this thing. So just cut a small section out with the measurement, pop it on out of there. Okay, and then just set it there as straight as possible. Again, you don't want to sit there and you don't want to go and put any grease on it just yet. Just kind of slide this in, rubber mallet, tap it in. Okay, once that's tapped in and everything, you can go ahead and take your new bolts here. You don't have to have new bolts, you can reuse the older ones. I'm personally using nothing but ARP stuff in this build because I do plan on boosting this motor down the road. I don't know how high a boost, but right now it's going with pretty much a, it'll be set up for very low boost, so that it's ready for it. Open the childproof packaging of the, what's it called? So this is the part number here. It's a 1565201 for the side bolts on these, because these are 4-bolt main. Yes, you heard that, Chevy 350 guys. 4-bolt mains on Ford 4.6s are standard. You don't have to try and go and search for a 4-bolt main 4.6. It's immediately in it. It's coming from a guy who built a Chevy 350 recently. So, you can give me crap in the comments if you want. But you're just going to go ahead and get these bolts in here, and then what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to torque this completely to spec. Tighten it all the way down to spec, and then do not turn the crankshaft. You're going to go ahead and pull the crank cam or the cap back off, and as soon as the cap is back off, you're going to measure what the plastic gauge squished out to be. and then see if it's within the spec of what the vehicle originally called for. So I have to go ahead and install these studs here because I went ahead and bought ARP main studs for this build. So in order to do that, just Allen head torque to the spec of, let's see here, hand tight. Yeah, it says hand tight for it. These are the threads there. This is a 1565401 for the actual main studs there. So just gonna go hand tight here. Of course, this one's not one to actually go. I'm going to find out what's going on with this one here because it doesn't want to thread correctly. As soon as I find out what's going on here, I will start back up the camera. Alright guys, so having issues with this camera here, so I apologize if there's skipped parts of the videos here. I just sat there and got the plastic gauge in there set straight and everything, and then I have everything sitting here ready to be torqued. So I'm going to go ahead and torque these to spec, which I just figured out was wherever I put my Chilton manual here. Literally just had it a second ago right here. Factory spec is 30 foot-pounds for the 2001 and later, and 85. I've rotated another 85 to 95 degrees, so I'm just going to do a 90-degree turn. Call it good. And then for the side bolts, you do 15 foot-pounds on it. I'm going to go ahead and get that done here, and then as soon as I do, I will show you how you actually pull it all apart. Alright guys, so I just went back and looked because something told me to actually take a look here. Because I actually forgot that when you're doing ARP studs, they have a different recommendation for what they actually will call for. So ARP actually recommends doing 60 foot-pounds on these. So do what ARP recommends. Don't go and do what the factory recommends. I completely spaced that though, so go ahead and do that 60 foot-pounds. If you have factory stuff, then do that 80 plus 90 degrees, and then you need to do whatever they recommend for the main studs or main bolts off to the side, the cap bolts, the side bolts, which for these ones here, these are these are M8s. Yeah, so they call for a 30 foot-pound on the side. It is a 10 millimeter, it looks like, on the side ones. I just realized. I really hate 12-point bolts. Okay, so everything is torqued to spec now. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and pull the main cap back off and see where that plastic gauge is now sitting at. Alright, I'm going to grab a tool to get this off, and as soon as I get this off, I will show you guys exactly what I mean about how to measure it. Alright guys, so I had to pull you guys off the tripod to show you how to do this exactly. But as you can see here, we can get this thing to focus here. See how the green's all mushed out there? That's what you want to see. So you want to measure it here, put this thing here, and see what it measures out to be. So, looks a little bit wider than that one there. Probably pretty close to that 0.002 it looks like. Yeah, if I were to say, I'd say it's probably that 0.002 if I were to say. So it's right around there. So let me see once again what Chilton manual says here. His clearance is. Alright, so allowed is 0.0011 to 0.0027. So it's right there within spec. So it's perfect of being able to run 5W20 oil and stay within spec. So what you're going to do after that is take your brake clean here. I don't know why I can't focus. There we go. Take your brake clean here. Wipe that off of there and off of that main cap there. Come on. Off of that main cap there as well. Clean it up real good. and then move on to your next one. You're going to go ahead and do this on every single main bolt there is, or main cap there is, and tighten it to spec. Once you're done, you're going to pull this crank back out again, and you're going to go ahead and put grease on the lower part and then on the actual bearings here. So when I get to that part, I'll show you what I mean by putting the grease. I use this stuff right here. You can get this from O'Reilly, Stay Lube, Engine Assembly Lube, CRC brand. I like CRC products, so I always run it. Never had a problem with any dry starts or anything, so that's where I'm at now. I'm going to go ahead and get this, get the rest of these done today, and get a video again as soon as I'm ready to start showing you how to apply the assembly lube here. So yeah, that's kind of what it really is. It's a super simple job, honestly. Just take your time, make sure you do it correctly and everything. So that's all there really is to it. You would do the same thing for rod bearings. I'm not doing rod bearings tonight. I'm getting this one done, and then tomorrow or whenever I get the chance next, I will show you the next part. I'm going to try and break up every part to do a video so that you guys can see every single part of how to build one of these motors here, as explaining as I can. It's a little tough when it's just me doing the engine build and trying to record, but I'll do what I can, explain what I can, try and tell you what I can. I'm not a professional by any means. I do this for fun. So double, triple check everything I end up saying in this video and all the videos to proceed. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to get these done real quick. All right, guys. Learned a little trick as I was going through with this, so I figured I'd go ahead and do a little video here again. Brother came over here. He's like, why don't you stop being an idiot and just install all the studs first? Turns out that was a great idea. Much easier installing that before doing the caps. On top of that, figured out that I don't know why in all the comments on these they say that the oil pump stud does not work very good. There's one specifically for it that's slightly smaller. So I don't know why they say that, but I now have it in place and everything. So yeah, gonna go ahead and get the last three. The next one here already mic'd out exactly the same, but I'm gonna check the last three here just to be sure. So don't get in a rush doing this. Like I said, just take your time doing it and you should be good. But just want to update you so that you don't make the same stupidity move that I did. All right, so got all of them mic'd out at 20 thousandths, so we're good there. So now I'm sliding every one of these caps on with grease here. Again, make sure you put them in the exact same order that they came out. All right, so right here, we just put some of this stuff on it. This stuff will all burn off, so we're good there. I like to do a good coating because I don't want to dry start when I first fire this motor up here. So yeah, that's all you got to do here. Torque everything to spec again, and then your main bearings are all done. So that's all there is to really getting the main bearings done. I'll do another video as soon as I get some more time here to actually do the rods and everything. So yeah, if you guys like what you see here, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment down below if you see anything that might make my job a little easier to do. Johnny already came in here and kind of made some of my part a little bit easier, but you know, little things. So yeah, that's all there really is to it. You just torque those all down to spec and you're good to go. So we'll catch you on the next one. Later.